The challenge is finding people who are honestly smart, can quickly do what you need them to do, but are smart enough to do more than that over a period of time.
Find the actual candidates and then being able to move them through the hiring process faster.
Recruiting gets a little tricky. We've been very fortunate, but we still do run into some situations specifically around technology talent.
Thinking about the cultural fit, but then again thinking about what's missing in the culture and what we need to propel the culture forward.
Finding a combination of passion, intelligence, and work skills.
Once we get them in the door, they're hooked. They're not going anywhere.
Hi, I'm Madeline, and welcome to this episode of Marketing Mindset. Today we will discuss how marketers can best find, select, and retain marketing talent in order to form the strongest teams. We recently held a marketers breakfast where we invited marketing leaders from brands like Coca-Cola, Aaron's, American Cancer Society, Carrier, as well as many others, in addition to our agency partners, in order to network and discuss best practices for recruiting. Annelle Barnett, the founder and CEO of our recruiting partner, Marketing Mob, started the conversation with advice on how to recruit top-notch candidates in this tight talent market. Following her presentation, the rest of the marketing leaders contributed to the conversation. So, what did we learn from this discussion? Number one, prepare.
Assess your current team to understand who's on your team, where the gaps are from both a skills and personality perspective.
What is the current status of your company? Be honest with yourself. Is your team primarily made up of senior to junior level talent and missing mid-level talent? Where are the gaps in your team? Once you lay this foundation, make finding your next candidate the priority. Number two, leverage the resources available.
We talk to colleges, we talk to our colleagues in other businesses. We spend a lot of time scouring LinkedIn for companies that we know and admire.
LinkedIn is a great resource to find great candidates, and surprisingly, Facebook is too. If you don't have the time to focus on hiring, recruiters can provide an objective and honest review of a candidate. Don't forget employee referrals though. A lot of clients mentioned that the majority of their staff came from referrals.
50%, if not more, of our team has been referral based.
Once we get somebody there and they understand what we're looking for, the synapses tend to fire and they think of somebody else they know who would thrive in that environment.
Number three, hire someone for who they could be, not for who they are right now.
When you recognize the talents that people have, it's your job to grow those talents.
We try to be flexible enough to grow with the opportunity. If we bring somebody in for skill set A and it turns out that they've got A plus B, then we'll make sure that we take advantage of that and grow the position around them.
Companies need to be careful that they don't max out their talents early, because who are going to be the leaders as you get bigger? How are you hiring people so they could be next year's managers?
One of the things that I've made sure of is that I've continued to grow myself, even if the organization wasn't necessarily focused on that.
Your best employees will do a good job, but redefine that job over time.
Don't just hire someone because they have the experience or skills needed. Hire them for what they can offer the company down the road. No one is going to have everything that you're looking for right off the bat. You're hiring for next year's managers. Invest in them, and they will invest in you. It's also about bringing in diversity into the company culture. Hire someone not because they fit in, but because they add to the already existing culture. Number four, set clear expectations up front.
Be abundantly clear with folks up front. Don't overpromise, but also don't sell them a position that's different than what it really is. If it's a lot of hard work and they need to be available late hours, tell them.
People have a bad taste in their mouth because they're walking in thinking that they're going to get one thing, and then you're asking them to do something else.
What level of quality you expect of the company, or what are all the different aspects of completing work, and laying it out early, and they feel good and empowered and they know what good looks like, and then they'll redefine for you what great looks like.
Marketers express frustration with potential candidates ghosting them during the hiring process. This kind of behavior is due to the competitive talent market employers are facing. The best way to prevent this from happening to you is to set clear expectations up front. Articulate the role as honestly and transparently as possible, outlining any additional job requirements that might come up. If the candidate knows what to expect, they are less likely to feel cheated and want to leave. Number 5, offer value.
From an employee growth perspective, we have playbooks for each team that define what we do and how we do it. And then if you're curious about another team and how they work and maybe working with them, that opportunity is wide open.
I'm huge on professional growth, and I'm huge on getting the team together and being collaborative. So from the junior person to the most senior person, I believe everybody should be in the room, at the table. Everybody has a great idea.
We give everybody a voice. Everybody's voice is definitely extremely important when we're doing the work, but also when we're talking to the client.
Being very honest about where they're coming in and what you can do in terms of that promotional growth. So what other things are available?
We do send anybody who requests to go to any kind of a conference that they want to learn more about. We will fund that.
Annelle Barnett brought up a key point that you should hire someone who is slightly junior for the role you're trying to fill. This way, the employee can grow into their role and feel like they are professionally developing. Employees can also be motivated beyond title and salary. A company that invests in long-term education and professional and internal growth is more valuable to a potential candidate. Now more than ever, people want to make an impact. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Marketing Mindset. If you'd like to read more about the discussion, check out the #Marketers Breakfast recap on the blog section of our website. If you're a marketing leader looking to fill some roles on your team, contact us. We offer recruiting to connect marketers and to fill gaps.